Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Holi, the festival of colors. It is not only one of the most popular festivals in India, but has now captivated the hearts of thousands of people around the world. At Shadababa, students celebrated this festival by listening to stories and engaging in hands on activities to realize that Holi is not just about sprinkling color on each other, but sprinkling joy and love on each other. The deeper meaning of Holi is to color everyone and everything with the vision of the divine. May we all attain that vision of the divine here and now.
So we'll begin with the prayer to Lord Dhanvantari. We studied about Bhagwan Dhanvantari, remember last time in the Samudra Manthan. So we begin with the prayer to him who is the God of health. Okay? Om Mahendrasya prasadena grihitva mritakumbhakam Dhanvantarim samudrotham prithivyam samupagatam vividaushadhidataram deva vaidyam namamyaham sarvaroga vinashaya pratishtotra bhava prabhu. So we prayed to Lord Dhanvantari, who has come out from the ocean, Samudrotham. He's come out from this Samudra, and Prithivyam Samupagatam. He has come to the Prithvi. And with what in his hand? Amrit Kalash, right? To give us health. So, as I saw that some of you were coughing, so what season are we in? Do you know this? Is it summer? Is it winter? So, some of you are saying it's summer and some of you are saying it's winter. So, it's in between the two. So, what comes in between winter and summer?
Spring.
Excellent, spring. So, this is spring season. So, as you see here, that this was late winter, and after late winter, we go to spring before summer sets in. Right? So, and this season is a season where there is a lot of cough. So, let's understand why this happens. So, our bodies are made of the 5 elements. Everything in nature is made of the 5 elements. So, who would like to tell me what are those 5 elements? Yes. You can pass on the mic. So, from the heaviest to the lightest, the 5 elements.
Earth, water, fire, air, sky, space.
Excellent, yes. So, anyone would like to try in Sanskrit? The 5 elements in Sanskrit? Yes. Can you pass the mic to her, Reva? She'd like to do it in Sanskrit.
Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash.
Excellent. So, these are the 5 elements. So, our body is also made of the 5 elements, right? So, how do we know that there is Prithvi in the body? Can anyone tell me? How do we know this Prithvi? There's the earth element in our body. What happens when we die and we are cremated? What is left? So ashes, right, correct. So ashes are left. So that's the earth element. And our body is made up of 70% of the body, which is a large percentage. 70% is made up of water, right? So there's water in the form of water that we drink. It's in our intestines. It's in the blood. It's in the urine we pass. And then there's fire. What is the fire in the form of in the body? Pass on the mic to her. How do we know that there's fire in the body?
Enzyme.
Enzymes, yes. So in the form of the digestive enzymes and the different hormones. So there's fire. And then there is air in the body. Do we know that there's air in the body? How do we know there's air in the body? Yes, Veda. We can give the mic to her, Veda.
We breathe in.
Yeah, we breathe in and we breathe out, and also air comes out from our rectum. So there's definitely air in the body. So we know that we are made up of these 5 elements. The body is made up of 5 elements. So let us see these elements. So here we have the 2 heaviest elements. Which is the heaviest element? Say, you can all say it together, you know it. Earth. And second, water. So here I've mixed some earth and water. Can you see? This wet clay. Right? So this is the first, we will see here how our body is made up of this. The second element, if you see here, what do I have in this? Water. And I'm going to heat it. So what happens when there's fire, right? This is electrical fire, but it's a representation of fire. So when fire and water combine, what do you get? What do you get? Steam, right? So you can see now the steam coming out. So when fire combines with water, you get steam. Can you all see the steam coming out? Yes? Okay. Now, what is this? Do you feel anything?
Yes.
What do you feel?
Wind.
Wind, yes. So that is when there's movement of air in space, you get moving wind, right? So can you see the steam?
Yes.
So now these 3 things, wet clay is kapha, hot steam is like pitta, and moving wind is vata. Okay? Let's say, try to understand this. So, we said that our bodies are made of earth and water, and when both of them combine, they form kapha. Can you see this? So, when all these 5 elements are in balance, we are in a state of health. We are healthy. And if there is imbalance, you understand what is imbalance? Who knows what is imbalance? You know what is balance? What is balance? You can give the mic to Rishi.
जब दोनों साइड सेम हो जाता है.
Yeah, when it's all in balance. Okay, can anyone explain? But yes, pass the mic to her.
जब कंट्रोल में नहीं रहता.
Very good. When it's all in control, right? So that is a state of balance. It's called a state of equilibrium. What is it called? State of equilibrium. That is, everything is balanced. So then we are healthy. And if there is imbalance, that is, if one thing goes high, or supposing you have a seesaw and both the children sitting on both sides are equal in weight, then it will be stable. As soon as one is heavy and one is light, it will tilt. Correct? So in the same way, if all these elements are in balance, then we are in a state of health. We are healthy. But if one element goes out of balance, supposing you have more water or earth in the body, or you have more steam, or you have more wind, then it becomes imbalanced. So let us understand. So the kapha, that is, what is kapha? Which 2 elements? Earth and water, very good. And pitta?
Steam.
Which 2 elements? Fire and? Fire and water, very good. And what about vata? Which 2 elements? Which 2 elements? Air and space. Okay? So, in our body, all these 5 elements are present all over. But in the upper part of the body, can you see here? The upper part of the body, there is the head and neck, and what are these 2 green structures? Lungs, excellent. So, in the head and neck and the lungs, there is more kapha. So, what happens when you go into imbalance, then there's too much kapha, and like what happened to you the other day when you came to the clinic? What did you do? You vomited, right? And what came out in the vomitus? And what was there? That sticky stuff, kapha, yes. So that extra kapha came out. Because that cough is in this part. So when you get more cough in the body, then you become ill and you have a cold, you have a cough, you're coughing, then you vomit. So it comes out through the mouth as mucus, right? It's sticky, cough. Then supposing you have more pith in the body, then what happens? If you eat something very spicy, if you eat 4-5 spicy samosas and some spicy chutney, what happens to you the next day? Have you had that? Yes? Can you give her the mic?
छाती में जलने लगता है.
Yeah, it burns in the chest. What else? Where does it come out from? It comes out from the rectum. So the next day you have maybe 1 or 2 loose motions and it's burning in the rectum. Have you experienced that? Yes? So it comes out from the lower end. And when you have a lot of wind, then again it comes out from the lower end as apan vayu. Right? So this is the body. Now in this season, which is the season we are in right now? Spring. So it is, spring comes between what and what? Between winter and summer. So we are going from winter into summer, so spring comes in the middle. So what happens, this part as you see here, this is the junction. It is transitioning from one season to the other, right? It's like the border. So this is called the Ritu Sandhi. So the seasons in Sanskrit are called Ritu. What is it called? Ritu. So how many Ritus are there? How many seasons are there? Yes, Harish. 6. Very good. 6 seasons. So in the 6 seasons, so we are transitioning from late winter into spring. That's why some of you said it's winter and some of you said it's summer. Because it's neither summer nor winter, we are in the transitioning period. We are actually in the Ritu Sandhi period. That is, we are transitioning from Falgun to Chaitra. Right? So today, what is the day today? 13. Yeah. Yes, it's 13 March 2025, but what festival are we celebrating today? Holi. So, do you know which tithi it comes on? You know there are tithis. So, this date from 1st to 31st is the solar calendar. Remember we studied the solar calendar? Then there's a lunar calendar. The solar calendar is connected with the sun and the lunar calendar is connected with the moon. So, the moon goes from new moon, that is no moon, Amavasya, to full moon, right? So on new moon, you don't see the moon at all. If you look in the sky, it's totally dark, there's no moon. And then slowly it starts building up, then you see like a crescent-shaped moon. Have you seen crescent-shaped moon? On whose head? Shivaji's, yeah. So you have then it becomes small, then it becomes bigger, and then it becomes a full round moon. That's called a full moon. So, it goes from 0 to full moon. And then again, it starts waning. And then it comes from full moon and it becomes smaller. And then one day there's no moon. That's called new moon, Amavasya. So what day is it today? 13th. No, it's the 13th, but according to the moon, it is Purnima. Right? So it is Purnima. So it is the Falgun Purnima. Which month? Falgun Purnima. So today, will the moon be full or will it be tiny or will it be half? Full, right? So here. So and from tomorrow the Chaitra month will start. So we are at the junction. So this is called the Ritu Sandhi. So whenever there is a Ritu Sandhi, you know Sandhi? That is joining. So whenever there is a Ritu Sandhi, that is we are changing from one season to the other, there are a lot of illnesses. So because it was winter and suddenly it's becoming hot. So in winter, what were you doing in winter? Was the Agni strong or was it weak? Was the digestive fire strong? Was your appetite, hunger good or little? Good, yes. Remember we did something in winter, what did we make? Which gives us heat? Til laddu, very good. So it gives us heat, it gives us lubrication, it gives us energy, and it's heavy to digest, but our fire is strong, so it's able to digest all of it, right? So we were eating heavy food and lubricating food. You understand lubrication? Like grease, oily, right? So we needed the oil, but now it's becoming a little hot. So that lubrication, that cuff in the body is now beginning to melt. And now supposing this is, you can see here, right? If I add some water to it, if I heat it, it will start to melt. And then it becomes more watery, so it starts coming out. And when it starts coming out, that's when you develop the cuff, right? And then, like someone just coughed. So then the cuff starts coming out. So this is a season of kapha excess. So this cuff gets accumulated in winter because it's cold in winter, but now it starts melting and coming out. So the winter season, Hemant Ritu and Shishir Ritu, is a season, there are seasons where the kapha is accumulated in the body. So that is called Sanchay. What is it called? Sanchay means to accumulate, to gather, right? So the body gathers kapha, and then when it comes out, then it becomes irritated and it comes out, then that is called Prakop, right? When you have Bhagwan Shiva's Prakop, it's Rudra Roop. You understand Prakop? When it becomes angry and it comes out. So this season is the Kapha Prakop Ritu. Which season? Vasant Ritu. So it was Sanchay Ritu in Hemant and Shishir, and it is Prakop Ritu now in spring. So even though it was colder in winter, but there was not so much cough. But now in spring, there's a lot of cough. Okay? So now this cough, it's like this. So is this cold or is it hot? Cold, right? So the property of earth and water is, they are cool. And then is it wet or is it dry? It's wet. Is it heavy or is it light? Is this heavy or light? This is light. Air is light. Is this heavy? Yes. So this is heavy. And what else? So it's cold, it's wet or damp, right? It's damp and it's heavy. So now there is a lot of cough in this Ritu, in Vasant Ritu. So you want to neutralize it. You want to reduce it because you don't want to be sick. So will you eat food that is cold? You have to eat food which is opposite of this. So this is cold. So what kind of food you have to eat? Cold or warm? Warm. And will you eat food that is wet or which has a lot of lubrication, or will you eat food that is dry? What is this? Let's write it down. So kapha, here we made it in green. So we know from this that kapha is, it's wet and it's heavy and it's cold. Correct? So what are the opposites of this? What is the opposite of wet?
Dry.
Dry. What is the opposite of heavy? And what is the opposite of cold? Warm or hot. So, because we don't want to have excess cough in this season, so what do we want to do? We want to eat foods that are dry, that are light, and that are warm, not cold. So what are foods that are dry? Dry fruit. So this is a very interesting point that he brought up. So what is dry fruit? Can you give me an example of dry fruit? Almonds.
Walnut.
Okay.
Cashew.
Okay. Yes. Cashews. So, and these are actually nuts. They're not dry fruits, but they are nuts. So, almonds, walnuts, cashews, pistachios. You know all of these? Have you seen them? Yes. So they're all nuts. And what are dried fruits or dry fruits? When you dry grapes, what do you get? Kishmish, raisins, right? You can have dried figs, correct? So those are dry fruits, and walnuts, almonds are nuts, okay? So are nuts heavy to digest or light to digest? Heavy to digest, right? So will you have them now? Will you eat them now in the holy season? Right? We ate them in winter, right? We had til laddus, sesame seeds, almonds, but now this is not the season to have nuts. We cannot have dry fruits because they are not dry. What you think? Dry fruits, those nuts, they have a lot of oil in them. Do they have oil in them? Yes. So is oil dry or lubricant? Right? It's lubricating. It's not dry. So you cannot have them now. What about milk? Can you have milk in this season? Is it good to have a lot of milk in this season? Yes?
No.
Is milk cooling or heating? Heating. It's cooling. Is it wet or dry? Wet. Does it increase cough or does it reduce cough?
Increase.
It increases cough, right? So if you drink milk, you get a lot of cough. So this is not the season to have milk or milk products like curd and ice cream and kheer. This is not the season. Winter was the season to have that. Then what about, have you seen popcorn? Is it dry or wet? Dry. And what about mamra, puffed rice? Is it dry or wet? It's dry. So all these grains that are puffed, you know how they're made? How is popcorn made, or how is this popped rice mamra made? Yes?
Crunch.
It has a crunch, but how is it made? Like how do you change the corn into popcorn? Anyone, have you seen it being made? Yeah, you heat it, you roast it. You can roast it in sand or you can roast it in salt. So you take a big pan and you add either sand, you know what is sand? Yes. Or you add salt and you add it and you keep roasting. And you have the fire underneath and then it will start popping and it comes out of the, it's great fun to watch it. So these are dry grains. So these are very good in this season because they are dry, so they will help to reduce the cough. If I put some dry soil in this, dry mud, right? Dry soil or sand, will it reduce the wetness or increase the wetness? Huh? It will reduce the wetness, right? So if I want to reduce the wetness, I want to make it dry, I have to add dry sand to it. So if I eat dry food like mamra, that is puffed rice, or popcorn, or chana, you know chana? Roasted chana, which you eat along with the peanuts. So that chana is also roasted and it is dry. Peanuts, are they dry or oily? Oily. But chana is dry. So we can have the chana now, chickpeas, roasted chickpeas. So all these are good to, yes. Matar. Yes, so dry matar you can have. Yeah, that's also good. That's also drying. Good. So you can have food that is dry and light and warm. So you should not have cold drinks or even water at cold temperature during this season. So you should have warm drinks. So it will be good to have ginger tea. So you just boil ginger in some water and then drink that. It will help to reduce the cough. Okay? And it will improve your digestion. So this is about the food. So if you see our festivals, they are very scientifically, they've been designed very scientifically. So during Diwali, we ate laddus and we ate pedas and barfi and mithai, right? Now during Holi, no one eats nuts, no one serves peda or laddu or kheer. What is put in the holy fire? We'll have a fire tonight, right? So Holika Dahan. So what is put in that? Have you seen? Okay, what else? Popcorn, right? And juar dhani, that is pop juar. It's like when you pop corn, it becomes popcorn. And when you pop juar, which is sorghum, it becomes popped. It's a tiny one. Have you all seen it? Yes? Pop juar? Okay, we'll show you. And have you seen popped rice? Mamra, right? So all these things are offered. So because we have to eat dry food at this time and not oily or heavy food. And then, sweets, do they increase, are they heavy to digest, sweets? Yes, they're heavy to digest. Can anyone tell me one something which is sweet, but it will reduce cough? Usually if you eat any other sweet, like if you eat dates, or if you eat sugar, or if you eat jaggery, it will increase your cough. There's one sweet which reduces the cough. Till is not a sweet. Milky sweets, they increase. Methi. No, but how will you make it sweet? Something that's sweet, but it reduces cough. There's a medicine in which you mix the cough. You mix the medicine in, yes? Honey. Honey is the only sweet thing which reduces cough. Otherwise, everything else that is sweet, like milk is also sweet. Even if you don't add sugar, by itself it's sweet. And refined sugar is sweet, jaggery is sweet, dates are sweet. So they all increase cough. But the only thing that is sweet, but it actually reduces cough, is honey. So in this season, we should have honey. And so these are the foods. So what about activity? So if you exercise or if you play outdoor games, will it increase the cough or will it reduce the cough? It will reduce the cough. So during this season, you must have a lot of exercise. You must have a lot of outdoor play, right? Like in summer, you don't want to play outdoors because it's already so hot and your energy is low and it's already, heating outside. So in this season, you must exercise. What about sleep? Should you sleep during the day in this season? No, because this is the cough season. So if you sleep during the day, what happens? It will decrease your digestive fire. And then if the fire becomes low, then what is produced? What is it called? The cough that is produced when the digestive fire is suppressed, what is it called? It begins with A. Aam. So if you sleep during the day, especially in Basant Ritu, then so much aam will be produced. So we should not sleep during the day and you should exercise and you should eat foods that are light and easy to digest and dry and honey. Right? Okay, thank you.
Take a deep breath in. Shantakam Bhujanashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Dhyanagam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayahayam Sarvalokekanatham Sarvalokekanatham Sarvalokekanatham. Namo Namaha. Suprabhatam. This shloka that we chanted was in honor of which god? Vishnu. And Vishnu means he who is Vyapaka. Can anybody tell me what Vyapaka means? Tiny or big? Or very big?
Very big.
All pervasive. Okay? Pervasive means like air. You just talked about elements, right? Different elements. Earth is heavy, and as you progress from earth, water, fire, air, and space, it gets lighter and lighter and more pervasive. Like air. Is air everywhere? And what about space? Everywhere. Okay? So in Vishnu is the source of space. If space is all pervasive, Vishnu is the source, the seed from which space was created. So Vishnu is all pervasive. Vishnu means all pervasive, Vyapaka. He who is or that which is all pervasive. Wherever you look, if you find that presence, that is Vishnu. Okay? So, which festival are we celebrating? Holi. And Holi is a festival of colors. We color each other. What do we color each other with? Which colors? Give me some names of colors. True, organic colors, herbal colors, but I want to know the names of the colors. The colors. Which colors?
Red,
Red, pink,
yellow,
yellow, green, blue. Falak, go ahead.
purple,
Purple, orange, Samruddhi.
light,
Light blue, okay. Vihan.
dark
Dark
blue.
blue, okay. And Vishnu is often depicted as blue. Look at this here. Which color is Vishnu depicted in? Yeah, bluish, right? Why? Any idea why? When you look up, you see sky. What is the color of the sky? Blue. When you look at water, which is also all pervasive, especially if you look at an ocean, a sea or an ocean, you see water everywhere. What color is that? Blue. So to show that Vishnu is all pervasive, artists depict him as blue. Got it? Now where is Vishnu? That is the next question we have. Correct. So here's a diagram or a painting rather that shows Vishnu at the top. And how many hands does he have here? Four hands. Chaturbhuj. Okay, so he is not an ordinary being. He is the divine. He is the source of all of us. And what is the artist trying to show there? He's showing rays coming out of that, and there's a small Vishnu in the heart of everyone. If Vishnu is all pervasive, is he in us also? Right? And if we want to color the whole world, which is what Holi is about, we're coloring everyone and everything. How do we go about doing that? By first finding that color inside. Right? If we change our vision, let's say you want to color the whole world in blue. What's easier? You go around painting everything blue, or you find a pair of glasses, special glasses, that have a blue tint on them, and you just wear those glasses. What will happen after that? What will happen to the whole world? It will appear blue, right? So that is the wisdom of Holi. That yes, for fun, for play, we go around coloring everyone, but the real Holi will be if you take or don those glasses by which this whole world will appear the color with which you want to see it in. Right now also we are doing that. If we wear the glasses of sorrow or sadness, let's say you're sad, how will this world appear to you? Sad. If you're happy, how will this world appear to you?
Happy,
If you're at peace, how will this world appear to you?
peace,
At peace. So it depends on how you see the world. So Holi is, yes, it is about coloring everyone or coloring the whole world, but the real Holi will be if you color it by changing the way you look at it. So today we will hear one story of a young boy, your age, actually younger than all of you. Because in the actual text known as Srimad Bhagavatam, have you heard of that text, Bhagavatam? Okay, some of you have. It's a new term for you. Bhagavat Puran. It's a Puran. Okay, we have 18 Puranas, and Bhagavat Puran is called a Mahapuran. It's a great Puran because it has so many stories. There's a story of a young boy, and in the text it says he's 5 years old, all of 5. And he has such an extraordinary vision. He has changed the way he looks at the world. So we'll hear about him. But first, to hear about him, we have to hear about his father and about his uncle. Okay, first about his uncle. So if you go to the next slide, that's his uncle. His name is Hiranyaksh. So I have put the spelling here as they write it in English, but I will also teach you how to write with proper marks called diacritical marks, because in Sanskrit we have how many sounds? Any guesses?
14,
Those are sutras. Good try. Those are 14 Maheshwar sutras, out of which Sanskrit language comes. Very good. Total sounds are 52. And in English, there are 26. So 26 times 2 is 52, right? So double the sounds in Sanskrit. So we cannot have letters for all the sounds that we are uttering in Sanskrit. So we have to put diacritical marks. So I'll show you how to do that. So let's, you have your books, you write it down. Hiranyaksh. Now actually you have heard of one word in this. So this is made up of two words. See this, I put a dot under N because it's Ana. Hiranya. Aksha. Aksha. Hiranya, Aksha, Aksha. Hiranyaksh when you join. So A, long A, A. And Ksha. Okay, so there's a dot under Sha because it's Sha. Ka and Sha, Ksha. So Hiranyaksh. Hiranya means gold. And what does Aksha mean? You heard of that in the last session when I spoke of Rudraksh. What is Aksha? Let's see who remembers. Very good. Eyes. Excellent. So Hiranya means gold and Aksha means eyes. So he whose eyes are always on gold. Gold is a representative of wealth, money. So he who is always thinking about money, always wanting to accumulate, not sharing, but greedy. You understand greed? Like wanting more and more and more. Is there any limit to greed? No, there is no limit. You can just go on and on and on with greed. So he was like that. He became a greedy person. And in doing that, when we become greedy, when we hoard, meaning we don't share anything, what happens to planet Earth? Like let's say for example, you have planted some plants and you don't share with anyone. What will happen to the other people? Will they get enough food? No. And if everyone thinks like that, if everyone is selfish, let's say you out of carelessness or convenience, you use plastic bottles and you just throw them on the street. You don't recycle them. You don't reuse them. You're not mindful enough that I can drink my water in a cup of steel or a mug. I don't need a plastic bottle all the time. If you're not mindful and if you keep on using plastic, overusing plastic, what will happen to planet Earth? Will it survive for too long? No. Chances are slim. Okay? There will be catastrophes like hurricanes, volcanoes. We just had COVID, right? These things happen because these disasters take place because humans are not mindful enough. So Hiranyaksh represents that demon, that asura in us. He's an asura. He's in us also because we get greedy sometimes. Humans get greedy. Are animals greedy? Animals are not greedy, okay? They eat to survive and that's it. But humans can get greedy. We want more and more and more. We stop sharing. So what happened is when he did that, Earth started to sink in the water, the waters of ocean. If you go to the next slide, you see this? Here you see the waters there. Let me show you. So what I wanted to show here, why I'm showing two images, I want to show you how two different artists are showing the same scene differently. Okay, nobody was there when this happened. Purana is Smriti, so this is what we have heard. Okay, people have heard this, these stories get passed down. Here an artist is showing, I will get to what this is or who this is, but see different ways of depicting the same scene. This is water. So there is a big flood and Earth, this is Mother Earth, was submerged in water. Earth was drowning in water and there was nobody to save it. Why was Earth drowning? Because Hiranyaksh this is Hiranyaksh. He was using all the gold. He was using up all the natural resources and not sharing with everyone. Okay? So, I want to ask you, which animal is that? Can someone tell me? Okay, Harish? Boar is correct. Go ahead. Correct. Boar, sewer. Okay. We also often say pig, right? Pig. So pig is like a gender neutral term. Bow is specifically for the male. So yes, this is a bow, and actually you remember in the Mahabharata, also there was a story of a bow. Who took on the form of a bow? In that story, who took the form of a bow, and then there was a duel, a fight with Arjuna? No, in that story, who took the form of a bow?
Shiva.
Shiva. So here Vishnu takes the form of a bow. But when Vishnu takes the form of a bow, it's called an avatar. Okay, avatar means, you need to remember this term, avatar. So this avatar is the avatar of Varaha. Okay? Varaha avatar. Boar is the correct answer to that. And what does a boar have? What are these called? An elephant also has these. Tusks. What were you going to say, Veda? Yeah, exactly. So these are teeth that are coming out. So tusks, and they also have hooves. You know, like if you look at their feet, they have hooves. Like horses have hooves, cows have hooves, boars also have hooves. So here he dug into. He actually went into water because they can dig, but he went into water and he saved Mother Earth. He lifted Mother Earth with his tusks and brought her out. And there was a fight with Hiranyaksh. You see in the other figure, he's fighting with Hiranyaksh and he kills Hiranyaksh and saves Mother Earth. So if Hiranyaksh is the Asura in us, Varaha is also the potential in us to save planet Earth, to be mindful, right? Because when he's saving Earth, that is not just one act that somebody performed or one avatar performed long time ago. That is something we can do every moment, because that God, remember how we started with, where is Vishnu? Where is he? Everywhere and inside us. So that same Varaha can be awakened inside us so that we can also follow practices that protect and save planet Earth. Because when planet Earth is at peace, we will be at peace. When we are at peace, planet Earth is at peace. Understood? Now Hiranyaksh had a brother called Hiranyakashipu. This one. So this is how you write with the Sanskrit marks. Hiranyakashipu, a line over S for Sha, Talavya Sha, palatal Sha. Okay? Not Sa, not dental, not Sha, not cerebral, but palatal Sha. Hiranyakashipu. Hiranya is again gold. Okay? And so gold is like the best material, best natural material. Most, in human society, most expensive. It does not decay. It does not rot. It's always the same. It stays the same. It's eternal in that way. So it represents the best. And Kashipu is a metal. It represents a metal that is base metal, and it actually rusts over time. Okay. So here the Kashipu is somebody who has the best and the worst in him. He has some of good qualities, some very good qualities, and some not so good qualities. Okay, he's a mixture. Now, his brother was killed by Varaha. Why? To protect Earth. But he did not understand that. He said Vishnu took the form of Varaha. Okay? And killed my brother. So, I don't like or I hate Vishnu. And I hate anybody who talks about Vishnu, who worships Vishnu, who prays to Vishnu. That was his mindset. And he said, now I'm going to become the most powerful. And he does a lot of tapasya. See this? Go back. See this in, okay, now let me ask you something in this. Look at the painting carefully. So, this is a depiction of an artist. Artist is trying to show something. Who is he trying to show with this? Any guesses? Think. Sonali?
Peaceful.
Who is he and what is this? Lian, what is this? Which animal is this? Which bird is this? Swan. Which color is the swan?
White.
White. And who is on the swan? Pipali? Brahma, very good. So he actually prayed to Brahma. He did tapasya. Tapasya is lot of penance to Brahma. Brahma is the creator. And Brahma was pleased. You see all this? This is an ant hill. So ants have created hills around his body. And see this? What part of the body is this? Yeah, you can see the bones. So ribs. Okay, he did so much. What the artist is trying to show is that he did so much tapasya that he wasn't even eating much. His bones were showing. That's how much tapasya, that's how much penance he did. Why? To please Brahma so that he can get a boon, so that he can become the most powerful God. God, really. I mean, he wanted to be like God. And see the fire? Fire because there's heat of tapasya, heat of penance. So his body is hot and his body is feeble. It's like it's losing mass, muscle, fat, everything. And finally, Brahma is pleased. Brahma is pleased with his penance. So here in the figure, in the painting, you see Brahma coming and asking him, what do you want? So he says, I want a boon. Now let me ask you something. Was he praying out of bhakti?
No.
Was there any bhakti in his prayer?
Yes.
No. Right? Because he wants something. He's praying because he wants something specific. And he's not praying to Vishnu. He's praying to Brahma because he wants something in this creation. Vishnu, remember, is all pervasive. He's beyond creation. He's the source of creation. Brahma created this universe, this creation. So he wants something in this creation. He wants some material benefits, not spiritual benefits. Okay? So when Brahma appears, he asks Brahma for a boon. He says, no one that you have created can ever kill me. Okay? Now he goes into specifics. That no one can kill me. Now listen to this carefully. He's very smart, very intelligent. So he knows, first he says, make me immortal. Immortal means cannot die. Now is that possible?
No.
Everyone who is born will die one day. So Brahma says that's not possible. If you're born, you will grow old, you'll get old, you'll fall sick, and eventually you'll die. This is the nature, this is the law of nature. This is how God has designed this universe. You cannot escape this. So he says, I will trick God. So now he says, now listen to this carefully, he's very intelligent. He says, no human or animal can kill me. Got it? So he's thinking of all the categories. So Brahma says, granted. No deva or asura can kill me. That's also granted. No one can kill me inside the house or outside the house. Granted. No one can kill me on earth or in sky. That's also granted. No one can kill me in daytime or at night time. That's also granted. No one can kill me with astra or shastra. Astra is like divine, like Brahmastra type, okay? Divine weapon. And shastra is like sword, mace, the weapons we see here. So no one can kill me with weapons made by people here or by supernatural forces. So that's also granted. So he grants everything like that. Now he thinks he is actually immortal. Immortal and invincible. 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 Write that word down. What does invincible mean? It means no one can defeat him. He is the strongest. And immortal means he cannot be killed. He will never die. He thinks like that, okay? Because he has asked for a boon which has all these categories. Understood? So, now he knows that he thinks he is the most powerful. And what does he do with that power? He abuses it. He doesn't constructively use it. He abuses it to torture people, to oppress people, to put them down, okay, to dominate them and act like he is the God of this entire creation. Now it so happens that when he was doing tapasya, like here, when he went to do tapasya, Indra, who is Indra? He is the king of the Devas. So he thought, wow, Hiranyaksh was strong, Hiranyakashipu is also strong, and if we allow him to have a son, because his wife was pregnant at that time when he went to do tapasya. If we allow him to have a son, he will be even more powerful. And this lineage will continue to torture us, devas, because they used to torture devas. Okay, Varun, the wind devata, Agni, fire devata, moon, Chandra devata, Surya devata, Indra, all of these rain deity, Indra's rain or space deity, all of them were tortured by Hiranyaksh and then Hiranyakashipu. So they said, they attacked Asuras when he went to tapasya, because they were weak at that time. They attacked the Asuras and they won. And at that time they were taking his wife away because she was pregnant with his baby. So they said, let's take her and we'll take her to Swarga so that they don't get a son, like a powerful son like him. So Narad Muni stops and says, what are you doing? You cannot hurt anyone, especially a pregnant woman. What harm has she done to you? So don't commit this pap, this wrongful act. Let the son be born in my ashram. Okay, let the wife, Kayadu is the name of the wife, let her come to my ashram and let her stay there peacefully. She will not harm anyone, and let Hiranyakashipu do his tapasya. So she goes to Narad Muni's ashram and she gives birth to a boy named Prahlad. Next. You've heard of this name? Yeah? Prahlad. Young boy, okay? So the way you pronounce his name. Prahlad, okay? So Hiranyaksh, then Hiranyakashipu, and now Hiranyakashipu's son is Prahlad. So is Prahlad an Asura or a Devta? He is actually an Asura by race. But he turns out to be one of the greatest bhaktas of all time, one of the greatest devotees of Vishnu of all time. Why? Because in the ashram of Narad Muni, what was going on in the environment? Chanting of Vishnu's name. Narad Muni is always chanting. And look at Prahlad here in this diagram. What do you see him doing? What do you see him doing? Chanting. Where is he chanting? Any guesses? Where is he chanting? No, right. So after that he comes back. When Hiranyakashipu comes back from penance, Narad Muni says to his wife that now you go back, meaning Hiranyakashipu's wife, Kayadu, you can go back to your husband now. Your baby is born. You can go back to your Asura Loka, okay, your Patal. So they go back. So this is in Patal, in Asura Loka. And Prahlad spent some time in the ashram when he was in the womb, in the mother's womb, and some time outside. But then he is now back with his father. So where is this? Who are all the other people around him? Asuras, yes, they're all Asuras. They're baby Asuras. Okay, they're children of Asuras. He's in a school. He's in a Gurukul. The word school, by the way, comes from the word Gurukul. Gurukul, Kula, turns out to be, in Sanskrit we say Kula, Gurukul. And then when it comes to English, it becomes school. Okay. So he's in a school. He's going to school. He's only 5 years old in this painting. And an artist is showing how he must be chanting. He started teaching everyone how to chant. Chant the name of Vishnu. Okay, he started teaching everyone that don't be attached to this world. Don't go after money or don't go after just tasty foods or don't go after just fun and party, but actually learn, inquire into who is the creator of this universe. Okay, who is the source of this universe, and cultivate bhakti for Vishnu, because that is how we overcome our suffering. So he started teaching that, and one day, look at this. Do you see what I've written at the top? Hatred. Hatred means the opposite of love. That is Hiranyakashipu. He took Prahlad in his lap because he's his son. So he took him in his lap and asked him, son, what do you study at school? What have you been learning at school? And Prahlad says, well, I know that Vishnu is is the divine presence that pervades everything. He is the God of all gods. He is the source of this entire creation. He lives in the hearts of all beings. And as soon as Hiranyakashipu heard that, he kicked him out of his lap. You see him doing that? Over there? You see him like he's kicking. Look at Hiranyakashipu's face. Is he happy, pleased, or is he angry?
Angry.
And does he look as if he has love for Prahlad or hatred for Prahlad?
Hatred.
Hatred for Prahlad. Why? Is Prahlad misbehaving?
No.
No. Is he on the wrong path? No. He is actually on the right path and is trying to educate his father about the truth. But the father doesn't want to listen to that and he kicks Prahlad out. He's only 5 years old. Go to the next slide. And not only that, he doesn't stop at that. He starts to persecute him. Look at that word at the top and remember that word. You can write it down also. Persecution. That means torturing someone, trying to hurt someone. In fact, trying to kill someone to that extent. Okay, in the first figure, so there are 4 figures there, just as examples. Okay, in the first, on top left, what do you see? Those are asuras, and what are they doing to Prahlad? Yes, they're throwing him in a valley. Okay, in a deep valley. And look at how the artist is. Look at how the artist is showing. This is, who is he? These are
Asuras.
that Hiranyakashipu told them. Hiranyakashipu hired them. He told them, you take Prahlad and throw him from the top of a mountain. And guess what happens? Who is he?
Vishnu.
Yeah, what does he do?
Catch.
He catches Prahlad. So he's saved. He doesn't die. Next time he says, bring a big, huge elephant and trample Prahlad on the elephant. So Prahlad is meditating, chanting, and look, he's praying to Vishnu, and the elephant comes. These are asuras trying to hurt him, and nothing happens to Prahlad. Vishnu saves him. You've seen Vishnu as a snake. Okay? So he always saves his devotees. So he saves Prahlad second time. Third time, they come with all kinds of weapons. You see this? Spear, here, all kinds of weapons to kill him when he was praying. And again, does anything happen to Prahlad?
No.
No. And he has so much faith that it's called Shraddha. Okay, I will write that word down. Shraddha means unshakable faith. He has faith that Vishnu actually exists everywhere and he will protect me. And then they also send him in a chamber full of serpents. See this?
Snakes.
Snakes, yeah, serpents, snakes, cobra, venomous, poisonous snakes. And nothing happens to Prahlad because he actually sees the snakes also as forms of Vishnu. Okay, I'm going to write a word down. For Prahlad, we can say he had Shraddha, okay? That means unshakable faith. Faith without a question, without a doubt. He actually felt Vishnu everywhere. Okay? Faith, trust that Vishnu is everywhere. Got it? That is Prahlad. Next. This is one of the major attempts to kill Prahlad. So then Hiranyakashipu had a sister whose name was Holika. She had a special boon. Okay. She had a special boon that fire will not affect her. Fire will not touch her. You heard about the 5 elements, right? Earth, water, fire. air and space. So fire cannot touch her. And some say she had a special garment, like a special blanket, which she can wear. And so when she wears that, fire cannot touch her. Nothing can happen. Otherwise, what will happen to us? We will burn, right? So he's so devious and so wicked. He says that take Prahlad into a fire, like a bonfire, and take him, put him in your lap. So he will think like you're just being an aunt. Like Holika is Prahlad's father's sister, so like his aunt, right? She's his aunt. So he thinks that she'll take me in her lap to play with me. So she takes him in her lap, as if to play with him. But what does she do? She lights fire on that wooden structure, and so it burns into flames. You see that here? And what does Prahlad do? As always, he prays to Vishnu. Okay? And guess what happens? That Holika got that boon from Brahma. But who is greater than Brahma? Vishnu. So that boon didn't bear fruit because she was using it for the wrong reasons. And rather than fire touching Prahlad, the fire touched and burnt Holika. And some say that garment that she had, that special shawl she had, by which she was protected, that flew, a wind came, okay, a gust of wind came, and the garment flew from her onto Prahlad and protected Prahlad instead of her. And she was burnt to pieces. So if you go to the next slide, you'll see Holika Dahan. Don't we do this every Holi? In fact, we are going to do that tonight here also. And I'm sure many places do that, right? Yes, exactly. So we have that tonight, and many people do it many places. And this is a tradition. What are we symbolizing? We celebrate the victory of Prahlad, the saving of Prahlad, and the destruction of Holika. Why was she destroyed? Was she using her boon for the right reasons? For useful reasons? For good reasons? No. She was not trying to help people. She was trying to hurt or harm, and that to a child. And that too trying to kill a child. And that too a child who is devoted to Vishnu. And Vishnu always protects his devotees. Remember, he protected earth. When Bhumi was drowning, he protected earth. And now he's protecting Prahlad. And all the gods go to him and say that enough of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu is troubling and harassing everyone. He's persecuting and torturing everyone. He's conquering the devas and torturing them. All the devas, Surya, Chandra, Vayu, Agni, Indra, all the devas are tortured by Hiranyakashipu. And now Bhagwan Vishnu said that don't worry, I will come as an avatar when he starts to persecute and torture his own son, who is my devotee. I will definitely come down on earth and protect all of you, not just Prahlad. Yes, Pavitra?
He came up as a lion and
He will come, soon he will come. So then one day, Hiranyakashipu calls Prahlad and says that this Vishnu that you worship, show me. Where is he? Where is Vishnu?
everywhere.
Yeah, but how can he show? He says, show me. Remember, like we started with that slide, where is Vishnu? So he tells Prahlad that show me, if Vishnu is everywhere as you're claiming, is he in this pillar also? Because Hiranyakashipu tells Prahlad, I am the greatest. Okay, everything is under my control. I can do what I want. Look at all the devas, they are my slaves. Look at all the asuras, they are following me. And what can your Vishnu do? Your Vishnu, and I'm invincible and immortal. Your Vishnu cannot do anything. And Prahlad says, no, father. And he is very polite, very kind, very compassionate. And he does not raise his voice. He always speaks the truth and he follows the truth. Even when he was harassed and persecuted, did he change his path? Did he go on the wrong path? No, in fact, he tried to tell his friends also that stay on the right path. Chant God's name. Okay, worship God. Don't follow the wrong people. Even if they seem powerful, because who is ultimately powerful? Who is omnipotent? Only Vishnu. Who is omniscient? Only Vishnu. Who is omnipresent? Only Vishnu. So he says that, yes, he is everywhere, and if you ask me if he is in this pillar, he is in this pillar also. Hiranyakashipu was so strong, he took his fist, and hit the pillar, and the pillar broke. And before that, nobody could see anything except Prahlad, who could actually see Vishnu everywhere. But now, because a God's devotee, right, a bhakta is being challenged and harassed, God has to take the form to save him. What is that? God, infinite God, taking a finite form is called a what? I've written it here. Avatar, exactly, avatar. Avataran, he is coming down now, okay, from his infinity, because he's all pervasive, right? From being all pervasive, he's going to seem limited. He's going to be perceivable through our senses. Right now, can you see Vishnu with your eyes? No, it was the same with the asuras. They couldn't see. But now God will show himself only to protect his devotees. What is that verse that you sing in Bhagavad Gita? Yada. Can you chant that? Pavitrana yasadhuna vinashaya cha dushkrita dharma samsthapanaya dharma samsthapanathaya, to establish dharma, paritrana sadhunam, to protect the sadhus, meaning the good people, and vinashaya cha dushkritam, to destroy the wicked people who are harassing the good people. I take the form of whatever form I choose to take to protect my devotees. Okay, so at that point, he comes out of that pillar. Like you said, he comes out of that pillar in the form of, this is again an artist's depiction. You see, this is black and white. So here, Hiranyakashipu is asking Prahlad, where is your Vishnu? And look at Prahlad, small Prahlad, pointing to that pillar and saying, yes, Vishnu is everywhere. Is he in that pillar also? Yes, he is in that pillar. Right now, only Prahlad can see, but now everyone will see it. I've put vision here because that is Prahlad's vision, to see Vishnu everywhere. Next. And now he comes out as this. Okay, when he comes out, first Hiranyakashipu is shocked. Like, oh my God, what is this? He has never seen, no one has ever seen a creature like this. And after that also, nobody has ever seen a creature like this. Unbelievable creature. God taking the form that you can never imagine. Okay, now tell me, as Hiranyakashipu asked, Hiranyakashipu first is shocked, and now for the first time he's afraid, because this is a terrible creature, huge and monstrous. You understand monster? Yes. He was like a monster, but he was monstrous, huge like a beast. Okay, and he's very angry, like ferocious. He's there to kill Hiranyakashipu. But Hiranyakashipu says, wait, he tells him, I'm immortal. And this avatar tells him, no, you're not. He says, but Brahma gave me the boon. He says, tell me your boon. So he says, nobody can kill me inside the palace or inside a home or outside the home. So he drags him to the threshold, Chaukat. Okay, to the threshold. He says, now tell me, are you inside or outside? Neither. He says, no man can kill me or no animal can kill me. He said, look at me carefully. Am I a man or human? Am I an animal? Yes. I'm half animal and half human. So I'm neither animal nor human. I'm neither Deva nor an Asura. He says, no creation of Brahma can kill me. He says, I am not a creation of Brahma. I am the source of Brahma. He says, nobody can kill me in the sky or on the earth. So he says, no problem. He just lifts him up. Imagine here, Hiranyakashipu had so much strength, with a fist he broke the pillar. But this is Narasimha. Nara means human and Simha means lion. He's half man, half lion. He picks up Hiranyakashipu with his fingers and puts him on his lap. So he says, now tell me, are you on the ground? Are you in the sky? You're neither on the ground nor on the sky. He says, but nobody can kill me during daytime or at night time. He said, look carefully at the sun right now. It's Sandhya Kal. What was the name for Sandhya? In the evening? Remember we talked about that for Aruna? Dusk. Right? It's dusk. It's twilight time. Neither morning nor night. The sun has not set fully. It's in between. So it's neither morning nor night. So look, it's neither. He says nobody can kill me with an astra or shastra, meaning like Brahmastra, Divyastra. But he said I don't have any Divyastra. And shastra, mace, spear, bhala is spear, mace is gada, bar, bow and arrow. He says I don't have anything. I'm going to kill you with my nails. This is neither astra nor shastra. And he whips him apart completely. Look, you see this artist depiction. See, he's whipping him apart. And he took out, what comes out from the stomach? And what else? What is the organ around the stomach? No. What is that called? That's wrapped around the stomach?
No.
Which is that organ? That digests food? That absorbs food? Intestines, yeah. What kind of intestines? Small intestine and large intestine. You see that in the painting. He's taking out the intestines and putting them on his neck as garlands. He whipped him apart completely. And see, he's neither up nor down. Okay, he's on his lap. It's neither daytime nor nighttime. He's neither human nor animal. He's killing him neither with astra nor shastra. Okay? So this avatar is known as Narasimha. Narasimha avatar. Next one. And then he's so angry, Narasimha, that he goes on roaring like a lion. And everybody says, calm down, calm down. He kills a lot of asuras also after he kills Hiranyakashipu. All those asuras who were harassing and torturing Prahlad. And everybody tells him to calm down, but he doesn't listen to everyone. Then finally everyone tells Prahlad, if you tell him, if Prahlad tells him, if God's devotee tells God, please calm down, he will calm down. So Prahlad prays to him and says, Lord, please, Hiranyakashipu is dead now. Please calm down and show us your benevolent. See, everyone was afraid of Narasimha, except who was not afraid? Because why? He could see. He could see that he is Vishnu. A God's devotee is never afraid. Okay, everybody else was afraid. He could see that this is Vishnu. So he says, now please show to these people your benevolent, your graceful, your kind form. So then you see here he is calm and is blessing Prahlad. And he tells Prahlad, ask for something. Okay, ask for something. Prahlad says, I have your darshan. I have your darshan now. I've seen you with my own eyes. So I don't need to ask for anything else. See the difference? What Hiranyakashipu did? When he prayed to Brahma and Brahma came, he asked for a boon. That to a boon to become immortal, and then he abused that boon. And Prahlad is not asking for anything. Instead, he's saying that I have your vision. I don't need anything. You just bless me. So Hiranyakashipu puts his hand on his head and Prahlad sees as he used to. But now with full divine sight, he sees light everywhere. Lord as light. God as light of a million suns. And then he tells Narasimha. Narasimha puts his hand on Prahlad's head. And then he tells Narasimha that I don't need anything after this. He says, but since I'm here, you ask for something. So Prahlad says that I just ask that I never go on the wrong path. Because anything could happen, right? Because Lord's Maya or illusion is like that anybody can go on the wrong path anytime. So he says that I ask that may I never give up the right path. And those who did harm to me, who inflicted harm upon me, those who hurt me, I pray to you that may they never experience any suffering. No harm should come to those who have harmed me. So this is a sign of a true devotee. That's what makes him a bhakta. Why? Because he sees God everywhere, including in his enemies or the people who have hurt him. Remember that first slide I showed? Where God's spark, if God is a big blazing fire, all of us have the spark of God in us. So so Prahlad is somebody who can see that. And he says to God that may no harm come to him, to those who have harmed me. Okay? And then God says that I bless you, that you will be a king because Hiranyakashipu is now dead. And he also says, please liberate my father. Give him mukti. And he says, yes, your father will get mukti, all your ancestors will get mukti, all your relatives will get mukti because of your good deeds, your bhakti. Your bhakti will make sure that everybody receives liberation, the fruit of your bhakti. Because of one child's bhakti, your whole family will experience heavenly bliss. And then he says, now you will be the king because the king is dead. So you will be the king and you will be the king for thousands of years. And Prahlad rules over the Patal for thousands. He was a great bhakta. He was an asura, but a great bhakta. And by the way, who was Prahlad's son after that? Or Prahlad's grandson? Does anybody know Prahlad's grandson? Bali Maharaj, who gets the Uchchaishava horse from the Samudra Manthan. Right? Okay, next. Who is he? Krishna and who is she? Radha. So Krishna and Radha, again, Holi is connected to Holika as we saw, and also Krishna and Radha because Krishna was black complexion. Here artist is showing blue, but actually he had black complexion. So one day he came to Yashoda and said that, the skin of my color is black. Now does it matter? No. But people were teasing him that your skin is black and our skin is fair or brown or whatever. But that's how people who don't have the right vision see. Because we are actually all human beings. And inside us, there's a spark of divine light. Doesn't matter what the skin color is, what the hair color is, right? What our weight is, what our height is, what our gender is. Our biology is not important. Our mind is important. How is our mind? How is our vision? So his mother Yashoda says, you take color, okay, make natural colors and just sprinkle on Radha and everyone. So their color will also change. So since that day, people are playing Holi. They're coloring each other so that we forget what our color is, what our gender is, what our religion is, what our caste, creed, everything is. And we just remember that we are all humans and ultimately we are all divine. Right? Next. But in spraying colors, we have to be careful. Nowadays, so in Krishna's days, did colors have chemicals? No, they were made naturally. But today we get chemicals. Okay, from industries, from people who make chemicals, they're added to colors. So what happens? Chemicals in colors, see that boy? His eyes are hurting. Below that you see that lady scratching the skin. The skin gets damaged. Okay, you get allergies. Allergies are reactions to colors, to chemicals. Then inhalation, you can inhale the color. If it has chemicals, those chemicals will go in your brain, in your lungs, in your whole body. And then poor quality of air, because now that those colors are in the air. So is the air now clean, pure or polluted? Polluted air, okay? So who wants pollution in the air? Nobody wants. We don't want air pollution. We don't want our health to be affected by colors. But if we make natural colors, if we make herbal colors, colors from plants, vegetables, then it's not a problem. Then you can color, use colors, enjoy. Okay, enjoy this festival of colors. And ultimately, what do you have to remember? While you color each other, who wants to make colors now? Yeah, we'll make colors, we'll make the snack also. And while we enjoy food and colors, what do you have to remember? That ultimately, Holi is about celebrating bhakti, right? The color of bhakti, by which you can see everything as divine. Got it? Who found the story of Prahlad inspiring? Like something we should look up to. We should try to be like Prahlad. Who wants to be like that? A fearless devotee. Yeah, that's good. If you can take baby steps towards being like Prahlad, that would really help your life and the lives of others around you. Okay? So let's make colors and eat some food and enjoy. Shubha Holi.
Namo Namah everyone. Okay, so today, as you'll know, that this is the festival of Holi that we are celebrating. Okay, so we are going to make colors with natural materials. Alright, so first we have over here purple color, then blue color, green color, orange color, red color, brown and sorry, this is orange, that is red, pink and brown. Okay, so now all these colors are made with leaves, vegetables, flowers. Okay, now first of all let's talk about this one, purple color that I have made with this. Who knows which vegetable is this? Yes, Muktesh? No. Yes, cabbage. And what is the color of the cabbage? Purple. So we got the purple color from this purple colored cabbage. Okay. Now these flowers are dried, but have you seen this flower? All you all familiar with this flower? What is this? What is this flower called? Anyone knows? This is aparajita. It's also called butterfly pea flower. So that blue color is made from this flour. Okay, you need to boil this flour to get this color. Okay, now this is green color, which is made of, which is the vegetable over there? Spinach. That's the spinach and neem ka patta from that. Now this is red color. Now this color I got from beet, then this cabbage and haldi. So mixing all these ingredients, you can get a red color. You need to boil all of them. Now, this is which color? Pink. Guess the vegetable for this? Yes, I got this color from the beetroot. Okay. Now, which color is this? Brown. So, I used beetroot, cabbage, chai patti to get the brown color. Okay. And now see this flower. Has anyone seen this flower? No. This is called palash or kesudo. It blooms only during the spring season. It blooms for only 3 to 4 months. Then it's gone. Then you won't be able to see this flower anywhere. It only blooms during the season of spring. Okay. Now we are going to mix these all colors with this thing. This is a cornstarch. What is it? Cornstarch. So you have to use cornstarch to mix it with the colors, to mix it with the watercolors, so you can get a thick flour like consistency. Okay. So first I'll take little flour, take one of the colors, see if I'll mix, I'll get a, can you all see? Can you all see? Can everyone see? Okay, so this is how we are going to make the organic colors today. Now I need few of you to help me out with the colors. You have to dig in, huh? You have to this way. Mix it properly. Okay, you all got it? So who will help me? Everyone? Okay.
So now it's time to enjoy some Bhel. So as we talked about what things we should eat during Holi, so here we have some puffed rice. Can you see? So it's puffed, and that is, it is being roasted in the heat, in the fire, and so it becomes very light to digest. So when you're not well, when you have a cough or you have fever, then if you want to have something very light, this is very good to have. And Ayurveda says that you can boil this in water and make a very thin soup out of this and add some spices, add salt, cumin seeds, a little hing, asafoetida, and then drink it. That will help to ignite your Agni, right? Because in fever, when you have fever, you cannot eat anything heavy. So you can have this. So now we are going to have this, and along with this we have, what is this? Yeah, it's roasted chana or chickpeas split, right? So we will add some of this because this is also dry. Unlike peanuts or groundnuts which have oil and which cannot be had in this season, so chickpeas, they are dry and they are roasted, so they become even lighter to digest. So we will add some chickpeas to this. And then what do we have here? Tomatoes, and this is roasted sweet potato. Remember we roasted sweet potato the other day? So we've roasted it in fire. So it retains all the nutrients and the taste. So we will add some of this. And then we'll add some tomatoes for taste. It is not very good to have something very sour in this season, but these tomatoes are not very sour and we're adding only a little bit for taste. And then we have some chutney in which we've put mint leaves, which are good for digestion and cough, coriander leaves, cumin, okay, and all the other spices. Some black pepper, which will also increase the Agni to help digestion. And this is chaat masala, which we prepared here, and this has again roasted cumin, and it has black salt. Black salt is very good for gas. You know black salt, kala namak. So it helps to release the gas, and if you have constipation, it helps to ease that. So we will sprinkle a little bit of this, and now we will mix all of this together. You see how simple it is to make? Can you all make it at home? Yes. You want to make it now? Yes. Who wants to be the taster? Everyone.
जगद्विम्बलेशं हृदाकाशदीपम्